They were looking for people to represent the school. And when I wasn't intelligent and I raised up my hand, I was like, oh, I can do it. Hey, come and see. I should go and sit down. And there was this guy I was admiring in class.
Okay. Way back.
I was having a crush on.
Yeah.
And she said, let me quote it in Chi. Na Monique, we didn't know it's me. That broke me. My God.
Your crush thinking you're not smart.
Not good enough.
Oh my goodness.
But here am I. So, it all boils down to being intentional about your life as a young.
True.
Know where you want to go. I always tell people that you want to be a lawyer and your colleagues or your friends, you're about to write was your friends are sleeping at 9 p.m. and you are also sleeping at 9 p.m.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to disappoint you. You don't want to be a lawyer. You have to because of where you want to be, you have to put in extra effort. It won't fall on you. Of course, some people born naturally intelligent. But are you going to tell yourself that, oh, because I wasn't born naturally intelligent, that is it? Life brings me. No.
What's up, friends? Welcome to another exciting episode of the Take On So podcast. We're back with another episode. And yes, this episode is actually a special one because we have a special guest in the studio. The last episode that we had when we were talking about Gen Zs and millennials, some people were in my DM that we disagree with him. We want to come and share opinions, but don't worry, we'll come back with another episode on that. But today we have a lawyer in our midst, and she's the president of Reach Out Africa and the founder of She Rise Conference. I actually had the opportunity to be at She Rise Conference last year, and this year they are coming bigger and better. So she's actually here. Let her introduce herself. Hi, Lady Monique.
Hi, Rapna.
I'm so excited to have you here in the studio.
I think I'm out. Yeah, I don't know what to even say, but I'm super proud of you. I'm proud of what you are doing. And we had a conversation last week or so. Yes, I told you that I'm one person who believes in the future of Take On So podcast.
Okay.
Yes, so I can't wait for us to reach 10,000 or 100,000 subscribers. And I'll come back. I'll definitely come back to the show.
Sure. When we are having that celebration, I'll definitely send you that invite. You are one person that way back in SHS. Guys, we go way back in SHS. She was my senior in SHS, and you were the part of the debaters?
Yeah,
right?
debaters
and
club
were
president.
You the president?
Yeah, the president.
Yes, the president of the debaters. And if SHS debaters, you know how they are, very eloquent when they speak. I'm like, hey, I want to be like this lady when I grow up. I really admire you way back.
Thank you.
Yeah. So let's talk about your journey so far.
Okay.
When we're all kids, when we ask us, what job do you want to do? I'm like, I want to be a lawyer. It was part of the jobs that people actually wanted to do when they were kids.
Yeah.
So I want to tell us about your journey so far into being a lawyer.
Wow. Where do I start from? But I think it didn't start. I didn't want to be a lawyer, to be honest.
Really?
I just grew up. Okay. I wanted to be a journalist.
Okay.
Yes. So law just came. I don't know. All of a sudden, I became a lawyer. But I think it's one of the best decisions that I've ever made. So I think I had the chance to be on UNDP's platform, and I was telling them that growing up, I wasn't so intelligent. To be honest, I was dumb.
Really?
Yes. I just didn't know anything. I remember at a point, my teacher called my parents to school and told them, I think an issue happened. I misbehaved or something. And my teacher, she's called Madame Fanny. I will never forget her.
Shout out to Madame Fanny. Is she alive?
Yeah, she's alive. I think so. She called my parents and told them that it is better for them to throw their money away than for them to invest in my education.
Wow.
Yes, that was how terrible it was. So I changed schools. Then I ended up at Santua Girls Senior High School.
Yeah.
Shout out to all there. Yes,
Audition.
this year.
Yeah.
So I ended up there. The first day, I mean, there's a whole story behind me being at Santua. But this first day I stepped foot in school, I told myself that I was going to be different.
Okay.
It was a decision that I made, and that's one thing I tell young people, that it all starts with a decision. It will never fall on you like a cloth.
Yeah.
You have to make the decision. So I made a decision to be the better version of myself. So immediately I entered into school. This is someone coming from a background where when you are even in school, you don't even speak English.
Yeah.
When they are writing names of 3 speakers, your name will be number one. In fact, DP times 20,000.
Then you're a very bad kid, though.
I tell you. So I made up my mind that this school that I'm entering, and nobody knows me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to speak English throughout. Even if you speak to me in Tree, I'll reply in English.
Okay.
Yeah, so I started that journey. I mean, I started learning new vocabularies. I started reading books. And I didn't know that I could even speak so well. So if I had not made the decision to be the better version of myself, I wouldn't even know that within me, I had the ability to be a lawyer, to be on radio, to speak good English. I didn't even know I was that intelligent. So, and I decided to learn very hard.
Okay.
I decided, because I knew where I was coming from. So if people are going to spend the whole of prep studying, after prep, I'm going to spend an additional 3 hours to study.
Wow.
Those who know me know that I was sometimes sleeping in class, or sometimes I leave prep after 1 o'clock because I know my problem. And I know that I've made the decision to be the better version of myself. So that's how come the journey started.
Okay.
Then I realized that, oh, wow, so I can be this good. People started admiring me. I didn't know that I was that good.
I was part of the admirers, actually.
Thank you. So that's how come everything started. So I always tell young people that don't write yourself off. Don't tell yourself that, oh, me, dear, some people are the most intelligent ones, or some people are coming from good families.
Yes.
Nothing good can come out of me because, even after, no matter how hard I try, when the results come, I'll be, let's say, 20th or 50th. No, you can make the decision to be the best version of yourself. Because that worked for me. It worked for me that by the time I left Santua, I realized that I had completely changed. So if you compared my life from when I finished JHS and when I completed school in Santua, within 3 years, I had changed so much. I was the president of the Debaters Club, and that was the best club on campus.
Yes.
And I was doing so well academically. So that was when I decided to pursue law.
Okay.
Yeah, because before, I mean, I taught law, there were better people than me. But when I made the decision, I realized that, okay, I can also pursue law.
Okay.
So I was doing so well in class, and I decided to pursue law because, most importantly, I felt that law will give me the opportunity to be heard. And I think it's true. It will give me the platform to connect to amazing and influential people in the society. And that's how I chose law, and I'm a lawyer now.
That's beautiful. So you're actually saying that in everything you do, you have to make an intentional effort.
Yes.
Make an intentional decision that this is what I want to do. This is where I want to go. This is what I want to achieve. And you work towards it.
Definitely.
Because at first I used to think, when I'm celebrating my birthdays, like years ago, I'm like, oh, it's just a day. It's just a new year. I didn't really see the change. But when I started making that intentional effort, like small efforts, setting up small goals, making sure I'm achieving them, a year after, I'm like, there's been a big change. And you look back and you're like, wow. At first, you wouldn't see that change because you didn't make any intentional efforts. But when you put in that intentional effort, you see that kind of change. But let me know how the journey itself, when you started law, the journey itself, because we all know, we have this perception that law is very difficult. It's only the brainless that can do law. Because I read English and most English students are rejected law students.
Oh.
Because you don't get a cut.
Yeah.
So how has the journey itself been?
Being
in law school. I mean, Kenya University law school is not easy.
Yeah.
So how has it been?
Wow, it's been definitely the grace of God because I actually went 6 years straight without any repetition or having to even stay home after the entrance exams, having to fail the entrance exam. I just went straight after the law degree. I just went to law school and that was it. So 6 years I was done.
Let me just put this out there. If your child is not smart, don't give up on your child.
Not.
Because life can change. I always say this, my little brother is an example. He wasn't that smart when he was in JHS. But when you go to SHS, he was actually first in his class.
Wow.
And now he's doing well. He's doing business here in university. So when your child is not smart, don't give up on that child. You don't know what the future holds.
I remember there was this time, growing up, I've always been interested in having to speak to people. Anything that has to do with talking. So there was this time in class, it was like a debate or something. They were looking for people to represent the school. And when I wasn't intelligent and I raised up my hand, I was like, oh, I can do it. Hey, come and see. I should go and sit down. And there was this guy I was admiring in class.
Okay. Way back.
I was having a crush on. And she said, let me quote it in Chi. Na Monique, we didn't know it. That broke me. My God.
Your crush thinking you are not smart.
Not good enough.
Oh my goodness.
But here am I. So, it all boils down to being intentional about your life as a young. Know where you want to go. I always tell people that you want to be a lawyer and your colleagues or your friends, you're about to write WASI, your friends are sleeping at 9 p.m. and you are also sleeping at 9 p.m. I'm sorry to disappoint you. You don't want to be a lawyer. You have to because of where you want to be, you have to put in extra effort. It won't fall on you. Of course, some people born naturally intelligent. But are you going to tell yourself that, oh, because I wasn't born naturally intelligent, that is it? I'm going to take whatever life brings me. No. Go the extra mile. And if there's one thing that I know in this world, that the universe rewards hard work. Once you are hardworking, you'll be rewarded. People in the world calls it law of attraction and all that. One thing I am very sure, once you're hardworking, there's no limit to where you are going to be in the future. So back to my journey in law school. So I completed the 4-year degree at Care University. So if you're in SHS and you are watching, you want to be a lawyer in the future, the process is that you apply to any university that offers LLB degree, so which is 4 years. So after the 4-year program, you write an entrance exam. So the entrance exam is written by all the students of law in the various faculties. So if you're able to make the cuts, then you go to law school, which people call Makola, for 2 years. Then you become a lawyer. So that's the process. So I finished with the 4-year program. Then I wrote the entrance exams and I went to Makola for 2 years. I went to the Kumasi campus. But it takes hard work. I won't lie to you. So if you are not somebody who will sit down and study, I won't say it's difficult. Never. In fact, if you are watching me right now, don't listen to people who say that, hey, Lord dear, Lord dear. Hey, trust me, if I'm able to do it, you can. Those in law school, they don't have 2 heads. And honestly, I've seen people in my class saying, like they weren't so intelligent, but they made it. So I don't see what stops you from becoming a lawyer. once you're able to, you are willing to go the extra mile. Don't listen to anybody that, and Lord, yeah, the books are expensive. Hey, once you enter, there is a way.
You would survive. I actually believe in that thing, that when you want to do something, you can't get everything that you want to start the journey. But once you start, miraculously, there are going to be ways where you just get everything done.
It happens. Yeah. And don't listen to other lawyers. I know there are some lawyers, when you contact them, that, oh, I want to be a lawyer. Hey, law needing. Law, can you even afford to buy the books? Can you? Oh, please don't listen to them. Once they are able to do it, you can also do it.
Yeah, guys, I'm going to do law on this note because Lady Monique is saying it's not going to be easy, but you can actually do it once you put your mind to it. So yes, those misconceptions about law, just brush it off. If you want to do it, once you set your mind to it, you can actually get there. Yeah. Now you are in the law firm, you are working. How is it? Because I am not a lawyer, but sometimes I have this perception that when there's a case and you know that, oh, I did it, papa, but your firm is saying we are the defendant. Is that the term?
I understand you.
We are defending
we are
him.
Taking up the case.
Yeah. How have you ever experienced something like that actually goes against your morals or goes against your ethics, and you had to have that internal conflict?
Personally, I haven't experienced something like that.
Okay.
And I'm a Christian before a lawyer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's no way you can come and sit in front of me and tell me that, oh, lawyer, I've done it. And you can't even come. But, there are some people who will come and lie to you.
Yeah.
They know they've done it. But I'm Christian. I have the Holy Spirit. So sometimes I'm able to discern. There is this case that we are doing that. It's a divorce case. Okay. We are representing the man. And when the man comes, he behaves innocently, as if like it's his wife who is rather maltreating him. But later, I just had this knowing in my spirit that this man is the problem. But he was behaving all this humble, so I confronted him. I'm like, Eja, oh boy, you're in a kind of cray. And he said yes.
So you had that strong conviction in you?
Yes, that strong conviction. So if you're a Christian and a lawyer, one thing I do is that I pray a lot. So anytime it just works for me in my cases. I just know it's a divine knowing. I just know that, this guy has done it. I won't take up the case. Yeah. So that's how it works for me.
But has there been any interesting case where you had to work on?
A lot of them.
Is it okay to actually talk about it here?
Oh, let me see if any interesting, like, well, I'm trying to think of one.
You don't worry, probably at the end of the episode I'll come back to that question. But one thing that really baffles my brain, and I want to discuss it with a lawyer,
okay,
so that you give advice. It baffles me when I see young girls who are in school. When I say who are in school, I mean they're educated.
Okay.
They sit there, be in abusive relationships, and don't say anything. And enjoy the beating, enjoy everything that a person is doing to her. It's something that really baffles my brain so much. And a lot of students are in these abusive relationships. So it's not even marriage. It's just a relationship. And you see these young girls in these relationships, and they don't say anything, not to their friends, not to their counselors. I mean, there are counselors in campuses. Here in university, you have counselors. It's something that baffles my brain. What can actually be done to these ladies? What do you think is actually happening?
Wow. I mean, this is serious, especially hearing the incident that happened on campus. Wow. But, sometimes, I mean, we can try to explain, but sometimes you can never understand these young ladies.
Yeah.
Whether it's psychological, it's demonic, but I think most of them is psychological. As a young lady, you have to read wide. you have to involve yourself in association. You have to be out there.
Yeah, be active.
Be active.
Find something to do.
Yes, find something to do. So I think it all boils down to these young ladies not knowing their self-worth or their self-value, because sometimes you ask them questions and you realize that this is an isolated girl with no friend. So the guy comes around, shows her love, and she thinks that, oh, her whole life is dependent on that guy because he's the only person in this world showing her love. So then he says I should sit, I sit. He says I should stand, I stand. And these guys are manipulative. They treat you in such a way that your life will be dependent on them. So that if they are not there, you wouldn't feel okay.
Yeah.
That's how. So sometimes they suck all your friends. Before, when they come into your life, they tell you that, I don't like this your friend. I don't like this your friend. So he becomes the only person in your life. Your life is solely dependent on him. So you realize that after beating you, you have no one to talk to because he has shut everybody away from you and he's the only one. So you end up going back. Yeah, so I think it's psychological, and it boils down to ladies not knowing their self-worth. Because growing up, I was very ambitious.
Yeah.
I always tell people that I wanted to work with the BBC. I wanted to do that. So I have no time for you to beat me. I was running my NGO, very active. I was
Very
going to Focus
busy.
FM, very busy. So what's the time? So these young people are not busy, and that's why we are also having She Rise conference.
I was even bringing that question in there. You go on.
So even when I heard the story that happened on campus, I'm like, God, if that lady had attended one of our conferences, this thing would not have happened.
So tell us about the She Rise conference.
But let me bring this in.
Okay.
I mean, it's a caution. I think most of your audience are students, right?
Yes.
It's a caution I'm sounding to most students on campus. You are too young. First year, second year, what do you know? When you come to campus, don't let your attention be on relationship.
Yeah.
That there is more to life. There is more to life than being in a relationship. Okay, well, I'm not saying that the guy will not marry you. But even if after school he marries you, that's the goal in life. That you grow up, you get married, you die, and that is it. All that God created you for. So can't you think about something great? The Oprah Winfrey's, the Michelle Obama. Can't you do something big for yourself? So as a young lady, be ambitious, set targets for yourself. And it's so, because I always like to set targets for myself.
Yeah.
Set, huge targets for myself that I'm always thinking, I have to get this done. I have no time to even think about, what this guy is doing.
Yeah.
I have to enter into a relationship. The marriage will come. But that isn't the focus.
Okay.
It should come. It should meet you at the point where you are pursuing your purpose.
Exactly.
So this is an advice to all ladies. And I am entreating you all to attend the She Rise conference, which is a network of young ladies.
Okay.
When you attend this conference, what we do is that, let me take it this way. When when you meet a group of people and there is this fire burning inside them, there is a rub-off, whether you like it or not. The same way when you join people and they all go to clubs and they are all smoking, before you realize there is a rub-off.
Influence.
Yes, influence and association. There is power in association. So that's the same way when you come for the She Rise conference, there's going to be a rub-off, because we are women with fire burning inside us, women who want to serve God, women who want to do big things for ourselves and for God. So when you attend She Rise conference, God, after you leave the conference, you'll be on fire for God. You want to dream big. You want to get to heights. A lot of black women, or sorry to use black women, a lot of African women have not even thought of achieving. That should be your life as a lady, not, I want to give birth to 5 and earn a salary of 2,000
I want a
cedis.
man in finance.
Yes. And okay, I want my husband, it's funny, I want my husband to be a banker, or I want to get married to a doctor. Hey, sweethearts, there is more to life. There is more to life.
I mean, I'm sure you are empowered. you are empowered. Watching up to this far, you're actually empowered. So, the She Rise conference, I want you to tell us why you actually brought up the She Rise conference, even the name itself. Because last year I was there and I was actually motivated to do more because I want to do a lot of things and I know it takes time. Whatever I want to do, it takes time for you to do it. So how did the name come up? Why did you decide to do this?
Okay, so She Rise conference actually started. So I went to court one day and there was this young lawyer who joined me in my car, and we're just having a conversation. And all of a sudden, which I feel that it's divine, all of a sudden I started talking to her about the things I've done for God and the things I've even done with my NGO, even whilst I was on campus, how supernaturally when I was on campus, I organized outreach to the Upper West region and the budget was huge, and how we traveled to Rwanda, Congo for outreaches and the things I'm doing for God. And this lady was like, hey, wow, Monique. So there are women in this world who want to serve God. There are women in this world who want to, who are very ambitious. I thought I was the only one. So, I mean, after talking to her, she was very motivated and inspired. So I was like, then why don't I bring together other young girls who are very ambitious? But sometimes you can be so ambitious, you are done with school and you are like, after all, let me also, I've been there before. There was this time I was in the Eastern region. I remember I was like, after all, let me just find someone, get married to him.
Yeah, that's all.
Let me know. So, I've been there before. Sometimes you can be the most ambitious person in this world, but you have no network. You feel like you are alone in this.
That's true.
After all, what? But you meet other people killing it, and you're like, wow, so I can do it. I can do it like how they are doing it. So that's how come She Rise Network started. So it's an organization where young people meet, young people who are on fire, young people killing it in the society, young people who have the purpose of influencing the society. We meet, we pray, we connect, we share ideas, we inspire each other. So that's how come She Rise Network.
That's beautiful.
Started.
I mean, in our last 2 episodes, we had the co-founder of is it Rico Pack, talking about the fact that your net work is your net worth. The people you network with is what gives you your net worth. So I mean, it's very important that you put yourself out there. It's important that you network with people, because the group that you work with or the group that you walk with actually impacts your life when you're talking about the influence. So in case if you want to come for the program, when is it happening? Where is it happening?
So it's happening on the 31st May 2025 at the Great Hall at 9 a.m. So I'm using this opportunity to invite all ladies to attend this program, and we are fortunate to have the first female Attorney General of the Republic of Ghana, Honorable Betty Modijusu.
Wow.
Yes, who is now a member of the Council of State. And she's also the former Minister of Education. So she'll be a special guest for the program.
Beautiful.
So you don't want to miss it. This is a woman who has risen through the ranks. She's tough. She's strong. I mean, with all the men, she has been able to rise through the ranks, and now she's a grandmother when it comes to politics. So come and be inspired as a young lady. We are also going to have some high court judges. We are going to have it's power packed. It's super packed. I am going to be there,
and I'm going to be there too.
So you have no place to be. And we've invited other people, entrepreneurs. Other people are going to. So come network, as Arabna said. Come network, sell your business, because you are going to be influential people around. Yes. So
I think you are tough to bring Honorable Betty Modijusu for the She Rise conference.
Yeah, it's the grace of God. Yeah,
that's beautiful. So you said it's happening on the
31st of May
at the Great Hall.
The Great Hall.
We are definitely going to be there, and I hope you're going to be there so that you can rise up and achieve the goals that you want to achieve. Because you are made for more.
Mm-hmm.
You are made for an impact. I always say this thing. Once you put your mind to it, you're definitely going to do it. So come and rise and network with people.
Yeah.
But the last time I was checking you on social media and I realized that you went to Kenya for your outreach.
Yeah.
Tell us about it. You're actually doing a lot of things though. When I grow up, I want to be like you. So tell us about your NGO as well.
Yeah, so the name of the NGO is called Reach Out Africa. So my team and I, we are about 6-7 years. So it started when we were on campus. We wanted to impact the lives of other people, especially in the rural communities. So this time around, we are not going to donate to one children's home, orphanage home in Kumasi. So we wanted to go to the rural communities. So our first outreach was in the Upper West region, a remote community called Jaglu. I always say this, that when we went there, one animal, I don't know if it was a mosquito, an ant bit me. And it took about 1 year for it to heal.
1 year?
I tell you. It was they don't have access to electricity, social amenities that we have. So they were so excited to meet us. So we went there, we had a free health screening for them. And the one thing I enjoyed about going to these rural areas is that we went to their secondary schools and these students were excited to see us. And fortunately for us, we took doctors who were from the Upper West region.
Okay.
So the students were so excited to see them because they were like, okay, so these people come from the Upper West region and they've been able to become medical doctors. Then it means that we can also be.
Exactly.
So they were very excited to receive us because they were, shelled up in this world where they didn't even have people to look up to. So we're like mentors for them. So after that, we've done several international outreaches. We've been to Rwanda for a donation, and it was a whole lot. We helped teenage mothers. We set them up. We also, these people realized that they were sleeping on grass, the normal grass that we know. The green grasses. So we bought mattresses for them. We sponsored about 100 people for the free health insurance, like the national health insurance. They also have their health insurance. We did a lot in Rwanda. We also supported people in Democratic Republic of Congo. Yes. So currently we are renovating a school in the Savannah region of Ghana.
Damangri.
Yes, it's called Damangri in the Savannah region. So that's what we are up to. So please, if you are watching and you want to support us, feel free to connect with us. Feel free on social media. We are Reach Out Africa. So send us a DM and support our works. Thank you.
I think you're doing amazing. And I mean, this is what we actually do on the Take and So podcast. We bring young adults who are actually doing well in the fields they find themselves so that you are motivated. Because as I'm here, I'm empowered to do more. I'm actually not utilizing all the God-given talent that God has given me. I need to be doing more. So just to wrap the conversation up, what legacy do you want to leave?
I'm all about impact. To be honest, I'm all about that. Is life. What is life without doing what God wants you to? Because I feel like because I always say that even for Shirai's conference, there are lots of celebrities organizing programs like that. Sometimes I watch how they even dress. I watch their lifestyle. I'm like, what is this celebrity imparting to these young ones? So then I have to do something because I have to stand in the gap. I have to be the chosen one, stand in the gap and train young people the right way. Because we don't just tell young people, oh, you can't do it, you can't do it. We don't talk about, as a young girl, go and date. If you haven't slept with a man, don't marry. Those foolish thoughts. If you haven't, you have to test it. That's what some celebrities are teaching.
That's true.
Yes. What is your body count? What's it really?
Body count, no they.
Really?
Yeah.
No. There are more important things to talk about to these young people. So I'm all about impact. And I believe that once, the theme for this year's She Writes conference is Pursuit of Purpose. As a young person, as a young woman, ask yourself, God, why am I here? Why am I here? And definitely, we all have the purpose to live a life for others. You can't even be rich when you live a life for yourself. So at the end of the day, I want to influence a lot of young women, a lot of young people to rise above the challenges. I mean, because as a young lady, there are a lot of challenges. So sometimes some clients even stand in front of me, hey, lawyer Kitwa.
Yeah.
I'm like, patrol lawyer, can't to be anymore. Sometimes when you even go to courts, some of the male lawyers want to bully you,
intimidate
you. Eh, no, not me, not me. So like, it's sometimes clients even come, they'll give their file to you and they'll take it back because, before there was this notion about lawyers that lawyer there was so you couldn't tie.
You have to be grown,
like the big suit, driving a big car. But it even happens at the office. There are some people in their offices and their bosses are not even giving them cases to do because they are females. They feel, but we can do it. What stops us from doing it? We can even do it far more than other people can.
I didn't even ask you this question. That as a female in the field that you find yourself, are there like certain barriers, certain intimidations that prevent you?
Definitely. I remember, sometimes you go to court, you represent a client with your wig and gown, all your accessories, everything. Then the client will come in, please, patrol that's all law school, Anna.
After defending
him in court, they still can't believe that you're a lawyer. Sometimes some of them will come, they'll take their files from you because they feel, would you start to do? But now the Gen Zs, we are smart.
They are rocking it. We are rocking it. Yeah. Someone will see me and be like, no, so I crack it away now. Or today, I'm not tewa. I'm like, really?
It's not way. She Writes Network is raising a generation of young people who are overtakers. We are going to shake this world. We are going to do mighty things for God, before the coming of Jesus Christ. So watch out for us and watch out for any other person who attends the She Rise conference.
Interesting. I hope you are actually inspired to do more. You are actually inspired to rise above any challenge you are in, rise above any doubts that you are actually feeling, because I always say this thing, it's all in your head. Whatever you're feeling is all in your head. You can rise above it. And you can literally do anything you put your mind to. Once you decide that this is what I want to do, you're actually going to get there. So be at the She Rise conference because I'm going to be there. Yeah. And you have to be there too. So just to wrap it up, I have this small game that I want us to play.
Oh, okay.
So is it flaw or law? So I'm going to give a term in law, in the law fraternity. If it's true, then you say it's law. If it's not true, then you say it's flaw.
Okay.
So there's this thing that you have to remain silent only if you are under arrest. That if you're under arrest, you have to remain silent. Anything you say or do will be used against you in the court of law. It's flaw or law?
Yeah, it's flaw. It's
not true?
It's not true.
Me, I've never been arrested before, so I can't really...
It's flaw.
Okay, so when you're arrested, you can say whatever you want to say.
I mean, nobody can stand in court and say that, oh, my lady, even when he was arrested, he said that, Maya. So, I mean...
so it's a lie.
It's a lie. When you're arrested, they actually take you to the police station and they take your caution statement. Okay. So that's the most important statement.
So whatever you say before.
Say whatever you say. Say, oh, police me patrol. Police me say it can't be used against you.
Because
Because mostly what people say is that, oh, I didn't know what you mean. Why are you arresting me? Please, let me go and change. Please don't take me through the crowd. I mean, how can that thing be used against you in the court of law?
Interesting.
Especially when you haven't done anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So the second one is a person can be sued even if they didn't mean to cause harm. A person can be sued even if they didn't mean to cause harm.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, I did it, but I didn't really mean it. The person can be sued, right?
That's true.
That's true.
Yeah, that's law. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can be sued when you didn't intend to do.
Yeah, anyone can be sued.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
And people are bullies. Sometimes you might have your property and somebody will want to take over the property forcefully. They can sue you in court so that they frustrate you, give up the property.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I'm learning. And the third one is you can legally record a phone call without the other person knowing. You can legally record a phone call without the other person knowing. Is it flaw or law?
That's like that's flaw, but the exceptions.
Okay.
Yeah, the law generally is that you cannot illegally record a person when you are talking without the person's consent.
Okay.
But there are exceptions to that. So I mean, I cannot be on a phone call with you and record and want to tender it in court. That wouldn't even be permitted.
Okay.
But the exceptions, maybe the person wants to commit a criminal offense, that the law will allow, or for public policy, maybe someone wants to overthrow the government or something. That's very important.
You
so
can
that
record
can
it.
be, yeah. But generally, let's say your wife is cheating, you want to record the call.
It's legally not right.
It's not right.
So you shouldn't be recording.
According to, I think, Section 18 of the Constitution, Article 18, freedom of privacy. Yeah.
Okay. So the fourth one, marrying a foreigner automatically gives them citizenship. Like if you marry a foreigner, automatically you get a citizenship.
Well, it depends on the country.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's bring it to Ghana.
Ghana.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Ghana. I mean, who will fight for Ghanaian citizenship?
You know.
Who will fight for Ghanaian citizenship? Yeah, but there is citizenship by marriage.
Yeah. Okay.
Well.
And lastly, if the police doesn't read your Miranda rights, your arrest is invalid. You know, in the US, there's this when they arrest you, they say something.
Like what?
What is it? Isn't that everything you say or do will be used against you in a court of law? They say something like that. When I watch movies, I hear them say that a lot. When they arrest you. Mostly, the slaps you collect before you get to the police. Then you say the police didn't say the Miranda rights or whatever, so your arrest is invalid.
Well, maybe I haven't read on that rights, but I don't think. Well, I don't think once the police officer has a warrant of arrest. Sometimes you don't even need a warrant, depending on the case. I mean, yeah, it's valid.
Interesting. So it's been actually an interesting conversation with Lady Monique on the Take I'm So podcast. I hope you are inspired. I hope you've been moved to rise up, to actually do what you're meant to do, to utilize your God-given talent, because you were made for a purpose. Yeah, born baby. As I said, you had a reason. There was a reason why God created you on this earth. So make sure you're making an impact. Make sure that you're actually utilizing your God-given talent. But before we wrap, to say where we need to find you if you want to collaborate with you. Yeah.
Sorry. So before I end, one thing I want to tell young women or young ladies is that marriage is not a purpose.
Okay.
So don't be excited about, oh, when I'm done with school, I want to get a rich man, get married to
Odogu.
I am Odogu. That's the beginning of your death. Because if you are not living a life of purpose, you begin to die.
Okay.
Because I mean, well, let me not take time. But marriage is not a purpose. There is more to your life. You think a whole God will create you and tell you that, oh, I'm creating not you. I'm creating Ajwa to come to this earth to get married. That's all there is to life. No.
Okay. There's more to marriage.
There is more to life. You can get married, have your babies, and still live a life of impact. That's why I am inviting you to the She Rise conference on the 31st day of May 2025 at the Great Hall. Come and be inspired. Come and be blessed. Come and get the ability to do more for yourself, do more for Christ. Come and keep the fire burning within you. Yes. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate your coming.
You're welcome, and I'm
so
excited.
On 3, 2, 1, we say take 'em so to end the episode. So 3, 2, 1, take 'em so.